I'm going to finish this talk by talking to you about the cosmic walk. Now, this is a new tradition that has appeared that was invented by a Catholic nun, and it's a beautiful tradition. It's something I think everyone should experience, and probably once a year would be interesting to do it. And the cosmic walk, before I say too much, obviously involves walking and being conscious of the cosmos, of the environment. Okay? There's something close to it which is part of a church tradition, which is the labyrinths, and specifically the labyrinth of Chartres in France. Now, there's a work, an opus there, in the cathedral. It dates back to the 12th century, and it's about 13 meters wide, and so yeah, 13 meters wide. That in feet would be around 40 feet, and when you walk on the path, when you start and then you start winding, that path takes more than 260 meters. 3 times that get feet is quite a lot, and close to what, 800 feet almost. The route of this path could be seen as a metaphor for a spiritual journey, a meditative path going to the center of oneself, to God, at the center of everything. And so in Chartres, in the cathedral, you can do it. I think it's open on every Friday, so visitors can go do it. But then it's been reproduced in many places. And the ones that are built outside are really interesting. The reproductions outside of the Chartres labyrinth have a cosmic connotation to it, as one walks contemplating the horizon until one reaches the center of the universe. So you're walking, obviously you're looking down, but you're also looking up from time to time, and then you turn, and your perspective is always changing. and there's something interesting in the fact that one would do it outside. Okay? And now this brings me to the cosmic walk. I'll say in a moment who invented it, but this is what it looks like. So, unlike the labyrinth of Chartres, the cosmic walk, you start at the center, and then you move out. And it's a spiral. It just goes out like that, spiraling. And it can be done with rope. Sorry, can be done with rope, and you can put votive candles, or simply rocks, or maybe even pictures representing the different stages. And what is it about? It's about the story of the universe. It's about our origins. It's about what we find in the science textbooks, but we don't contemplate that history of all these steps that came before us, and this is what the world looks like today, thanks to all those steps. Starts with the Big Bang, and then the formation of the stars and the galaxies and the planets, and then the different stages for a planet where everything was burning hot, and then finally the Earth crust, and then the first rains, and then the first lakes and oceans, and then the first signs of life, and the production of an atmosphere, and then the multiplication of those cells, and then becomes different living organisms in the ocean. And then you get this type of fish that's an amphibian and can go on land a bit, and then you wait a few million years more, and then you get the reptiles. And then the reptiles will also split into 2 novelties. Those that can fly, gives us the birds, and those that can go on land but are warm-blooded and keep their young inside of them, the mammals. and you get this huge diversity that you can see today. I also forgot the insects and the flowers, everything's in there. So all of these stages where these things appear on Earth, and then just contemplating that whole history, that's the cosmic walk. It places the major milestones of evolution over 13.7 billion years. The meditative journey to ask existential questions about our origins. It was composed by Dominican sister Miriam McGillis of the Genesis Farm in New Jersey from the writings of the Passionist priest Thomas Berry, largely inspired by one of his first books, Dream of the Earth, 1988. And there are several versions of it. So Miriam McGillis wrote the first one, and it became very popular. And then some other people in the church wrote slightly different versions, and some of the ones who are more in New Age or interfaith, or anyway, there are lots and lots of versions out there. Some can be done inside in schools, as you can see on the left. Some can be done outside, and you see these panels that have been built where people can read about those different steps through the millions and billions of years. And then there's also the straight ones, where you just walk for a while. And obviously, if you're going to do 13.7 billion years, well, you might want to do it in about 130 feet or 130 meters. But you can play with those numbers and then spread them out. For a version of the story of the evolution of the universe and life on Earth that echoes the story of Genesis 1 and other biblical passages, I have written the new story of creation that can be used as a cosmic walk. I'll give you an example. On the left is Miriam McGillis's version, and on the right is what I wrote. And so maybe in a Christian context, if it's done in a church or outside as a retreat in a Christian context, my version might be even more interesting, because it's there's a rhythm that we recognize. But obviously, Sister Miriam's is amazing too, and I appreciate so much what she did. It's even a bit shorter, to be honest. 160 million years ago, the emergence of flowering plants, which concentrated their life energy into seed, making protein available for mammals and bringing color and fragrance to the earth. It's scientific, but it's poetic at the same time. 150 million years ago, the first birds took flight and earth broke into song. Okay, here's my new story of creation. With his word, God said, "Let there be flowers to beautify the earth," and so it was. God created new species of flowering plants and blessed them with the most beautiful apparel. God made a great garden of the earth. 160 million years ago, a new era began, and God saw that it was good. With his word, God said, "Let birds fly in the sky," and so it was. God created birds according to their species. God blessed their fecundity, their fertility. 150 million years ago, a new era began, and God saw that it was good. And so it goes on like that. I'll leave these versions to download underneath, and then you're free to organize, maybe once a year, a cosmic walk, and you will see the impact on people of doing this new kind of ritual to become more aware of our origins and our relationship to this environment where we evolved with it.